I used to think my mind was something I had to manage, control it, improve it, quiet it down. Everywhere I looked, there were instructions, ways to focus better, ways to think less, ways to become calmer, sharper, clearer. It always sounded reasonable, as if my mind was a tool that simply needed better settings, the right method, the right discipline. So I tried. I tried filling silence with explanations. I tried replacing one thought with another, hoping the second one would be better. I tried being present in the way people described it, following steps I didn't fully understand. At first, it felt productive, like I was finally doing something about the constant noise. But the noise didn't disappear. It just reorganized itself. The thoughts became more polite, more structured, more acceptable, but they were still there. I noticed that even moments meant for rest felt tense, like I was waiting for something to work, waiting for my mind to finally settle, and it rarely did. At some point, I realized something uncomfortable. I wasn't overwhelmed. I wasn't anxious. I wasn't even particularly unhappy. I was just tired. Tired of constantly adjusting myself. Tired of monitoring every inner movement. Tired of treating my own thoughts like a problem that needed supervision. Even calm moments started to feel like tasks. Sit still, breathe correctly, let go properly. There was always a right way to do it, and I was always slightly off. What bothered me most wasn't the thinking itself. It was the effort behind trying not to think. I was always doing something, even when the goal was to stop doing anything at all. One evening, nothing special happened. No insight, no emotional breakthrough, no sense of achievement. I was just sitting there, tired, not bored, not restless, just tired of trying. Thoughts came up as they always did. Plans, memories, small observations that didn't lead anywhere. And for the first time, I didn't try to interrupt them. I didn't push them away. I didn't follow them either. I just noticed them. I noticed how easily they appeared, and how easily they faded when I didn't grab onto them. There was no effort in it, no technique, no intention to improve the moment, just space. It felt unfamiliar at first, not dramatic, just unfamiliar. I realized I had been treating my mind like something fragile, like if I didn't manage it carefully, everything would fall apart. But in that moment, it didn't feel fragile at all. It felt self-sustaining, like it knew what to do without my interference. Thoughts moved like weather. Some passed quickly, some stayed longer. None of them asked for permission, and none of them asked to be controlled. That's when something shifted. Not suddenly, not visibly. It was more like releasing a grip I didn't know I was holding. I wasn't becoming calmer. I wasn't becoming wiser. I wasn't reaching some higher state. I was simply no longer interfering. The silence that appeared wasn't empty. It wasn't special. It wasn't something I could hold on to. It was just what remained when I stopped commenting on everything. I didn't stop thinking. The mind didn't disappear, but it stopped feeling like something that needed constant attention. After that evening, I noticed small changes. Not improvements, just differences. I stopped checking whether I was doing it right. Stopped correcting every thought that appeared. Stopped treating distraction as failure. Sometimes the mind was busy. Sometimes it was quiet. And for once, neither felt like a problem. There were moments when old habits returned. The urge to fix, the urge to optimize, the urge to turn inner experience into a project. But now I noticed the urge itself, and often that was enough for it to loosen. I stopped trying to empty my mind, stopped trying to silence it. I let it move when it needed to move, and settle when it wanted to settle. Some days it was loud, some days it was still. Most days it was somewhere in between, and I didn't rush to label any of it as better or worse. What surprised me most was how ordinary this felt. No fireworks, no sense of accomplishment, just a quiet absence of struggle. I had spent so much time believing peace came from control, from discipline, from doing the right thing consistently. But what I began to see was more subtle. Peace didn't come from managing thoughts. It came from not treating every thought as something that required a response. When I stopped trying to guide the moment didn't resist me. It didn't improve, it didn't worsen. It simply continued. And for the first time in a long while, that felt enough.